Well, hello everyone. Welcome back for part 2. So we continued on. We're going through the night here, and you're gonna have to bear with me because a lot of these shots are in the dark. But there is a story to it, so we're gonna show it. But basically, what we did was we went through the. You can see where we went through the first cut block there, and then we went through the trees, and now we're into the second cut block. And so we have to make our way through the cut block, and I mean it's pitch black up there. If it wasn't for these maps, I'd be done. I wouldn't be able to get through this. But because of the maps, I can see where the old trail used to go. Right, you can see it you can see the line. It's pretty defined there. But sometimes you can't follow the original trail because they've scarified it, and I kind of explained that in the video here. So we're trying to get to where that white circle is. There's a lease site there. And I'm trying to make my way back onto the cut line, and then we have to get to that lease site, and then we're back through the trees again. We're going to drop down to the creek, and we're going to camp somewhere along the creek. That's the plan. And this is like we're almost at 1 a.m. here. But I got to get there because I'm not going to camp way up in the high hill, way up in the hills here. We're pretty high up, and it could be really windy up there. It's not where I want to camp, right? Okay, so here we go. Look at this. Look at this big log. Goes way over there. Luckily it went under and not above. I gotta go around it. It's just hard to see here. Obviously I shouldn't be doing this at night, but we're here now, and I actually already hiked this once, so yeah, it helps because I've been here, so I kind of have an idea where I'm going. We're the ones that made this trail. There was no trail here until we made it after they logged it, and this was the one we came. This is pretty much the original trail, but it gets lost up here, and then it hooks up back up to the old. Look at these flowers here. That's cool. So neat, eh? Like, they don't plant all these, I don't think. This is all just natural. Okay, we're gonna go around this log, and I gotta look at my maps and see if I can find the trail here. Well, there's two things that's getting me out of this right now. One, the map. It's a huge advantage. There's a reason why the first explorers never used to travel at night. They needed that daylight so they could see what they were doing. The other thing is a spotlight. Holy smokes, this thing is awesome. I've always had headlights, but never a spotlight like this, where you can see a long, long way. I can see much more than it looks like through the camera there. So anyway, I'd started to go left because the main original trail, like back before they logged it, must have been over here. Actually, it's right here. You can see the spacing between the trees, but since they scarified it, it's totally screwed up, and I couldn't go that way. You can see my side-by-side over there. Anyway, so I just looked on the map, and I could see to the right, didn't look like much of a trail, but once I got on it, it was plain as day that's the new trail. So now I'm gonna pop out right here, and then it gets good again, and then we're gonna drop down, and soon we're gonna be back in the trees again. And we're getting closer to camp here. Probably, well, it's gotta be 1 in the morning now. Well, this is getting sketchy here because I'm starting to lose the trail. Nobody's been up here at all this year. It's neat. This is where, like, when it gets real bad in these cut blocks, sometimes parts of the original trail just get lost, and you just have to come out and kind of stake it off. That's what I did with that other barbecue point trail, and then people can just follow the same track. So I couldn't even hardly see my side-by-side, and it was only 40 yards over here, or 30 yards. So I'm just following my tracks, and I gotta watch it because there's a big swamp right there. And if I get stuck here, I mean, I got enough winch cable. I just don't want to get stuck, but it'd be a long ways to those trees to winch to. So yeah, and then I gotta kind of ride this little ridge, and I put this thing here. This is what I want to put my tire on, this log, a little wet spot there. And then I'm just gonna keep coming through here. And I don't know if you can see, but there's like my little trail. I just have to follow my little trail through here, and it should all be good. But if I get, oh, see, there's a log right there. Okay, good. So Hopefully I'll see that. Yeah, so just follow my little trail. I've walked down in there, and holy smokes, it's you got to be super careful here. You break your leg easy. It's crazy how the animals will run through this. You know, they get chased by the wolves. This is, you know, they just do it like nothing. But okay, well, there we are. Keep going. So you hear that, folks? I'm pretty sure that's my one-way bearing that's failed. And that would explain why I don't have much engine braking coming down hills, but that's that sound. Woohoo! We found the trail. We're on the old trail now. Holy man, that's really hard. Like, it'd be hard enough in the daytime, let alone at night, and you just gotta go super slow. Like, I mean, walking speed, because if you hit one of those stumps, you're going, you know, right into the steering wheel. Even if you had your seatbelt on, it'd give you one hell of a jolt. You'd break your frame in half. Those stumps, they just don't move, right? So yeah, so I'm good to go. There's a couple little mud holes here, and there's a real steep section and some side hill. Like, this is super gnarly country in here. Not that many people ride it, and but I do. Here we go. This is a gnarly trail. I don't think you can tell, but it's super slow going. It's really fun. Oh, see? Yeah, really fun. Did you get that in the face? Yeah, it's super fun trail. So yeah, just slow, super slow, technical. There's one spot back there where I wouldn't say I almost roll it, but it was definitely didn't feel good. It was there was a real big hole in the far left, and I kind of had to like get past it, and my tire dropped in it, so the front right wheel was way high. But anyway, we got it. Just about to the old lease site there. It's kind of one of these trails where like it'd just be kind of scary on a quad because you're sitting so high up, you know. Like here we are, like right on our side. I'm just trying to break the little branches off. We cleared a lot of this, and this trail actually used to be worse than it is now. See there, boundary. Treatment boundaries so they don't spray here. But yeah, we got another big drop off here coming up, so I gotta go here. 1:04 a.m. almost there. Bugs are just crazy, moths everywhere. For a while there, I just turn the light off, and then I kind of lose them for a bit, and then they find me. It's funny. Well, here we are, the old lease. I forget what year this one was drilled in. I think it was like 98 or something, I think. First year I moved here. Yeah, they really messed it all up in here. Like, this used to always just be flat, and people would come here, and well, we used to shoot our guns. We'd go way down the road at 500 yards, and then we'd shoot. The target was just straight ahead over here. So yeah, my trail's somewhere over there, and I gotta navigate through this stuff, like, because there's just boulders everywhere they've thrown in here, right? They didn't want anybody in here. But I don't even know, like, some people don't even know that there's a trail over here, right? And it never was always, it used to be popular back in the early 2000s, but anyways, I'll look on my map. I'll be able to find it. I'm just gonna have to go really slow through here. It's just all humps and logs and stumps and rocks like that. Just booby trapped everywhere. Booby traps like that. Look at that great big stump they put there. Of course, I'm hung up. Hopefully I can go forward. If I can't, I'm screwed, because we're kind of in no man's land. I'll be having to winch sideways over to that tree or something. There's nothing to winch to here. Yeah, they just put all this stuff in here. Like, is it going to stop people from going in here? I guess so, but that's their thing. They're so worried about somebody. Like, what are people going to do in here, you know? Our trail's straight through there. I didn't see that thing. I got to just get out and walk 10 feet and then drive. See, there's another one. They just put them all over here. The trail should be somewhere over here. I think we're the first ones through here this year. Holy man, this is brutal. Well, it should be around. There it is. Yeah, there it is. she is. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Wow, what a mission. Look at that. There's old Team China over there. Okay. Be at the creek in 5 minutes. Well, I would not be surprised if I was the last guy here in 2016 because this trail is brutal. This is one of the first trails I fixed up, and years ago I had a plan. I was going to come back here and build a little cabin because I figured it would never get found, you know, just a place to go hang out. This is when I was in my 20s. But yeah, back then we were going to build this little cabin, me and a couple buddies, and then just drive our snowmobiles and stuff here in the winter time. We actually used the snowmobile here. I had an old ski rule, 1970 ski rule. Had a Coleman sticker on the side of it there. Yeah, RT500. Finally, we made it at like 20 after 1 or so. Well, this is going to be home for tonight. I'm going to be in the trees a little bit here. I'll give the trees a little bit of a haircut here. And we'll set my tent right up in here. Yeah, a little spot. River's right there. I'm not gonna have a fire tonight. I'm pretty tired. I'm just gonna have a snack and yeah, and then I'll go and put my food up in the trees there somewhere, because this is major grizz country, big time. The Indians around that, just not too far away from here, they call it Grizzly Alley. So yeah, believe it or not, I've actually, knock on wood, I've never actually seen a grizzly here, and I hope I don't tonight. Oh, this would actually be a cool spot too to put my tent. It's almost all cleared out in here. It would have been nice to be out here earlier and not do this in the dark, but this is how it turned out, so we just got to make the best of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna go and set up camp. Doesn't take long to set this thing up. Just, I put the cot down first, and basically then just put the tent out. It takes like 30 seconds and it's up, and then I just throw it on top of the cot, and that's it. It won't be windy in here or nothing. We got lots of cover even if it was. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description of the video there for these lights. I think they come in a 10-pack or something. I only brought 3 with me, but they're super awesome. I've got them around camp, and they're, see, they'll just go like that. They'll run all night long, and then tomorrow I'll just charge them out in the sun there. They'll be good for the next night. But let's see, when I move, there you go, motion detection. It's just nice, you know, because if there was a bear or something, he kind of sees that and he knows it's not going to surprise him. He knows something's going on here, so he probably would stay away. And also, just like, you can't see that, but it's really nice for me just being around camp, being able to see what I'm doing without having my headlight on, you know. But yet it's dark, like it's still, I've got the lights facing away, so now I'm right by my cot now, looking up. All I see is stars, and then the outline of the trees. It just looks so awesome. Okay. Well, we're just about ready for bed here. I'm just gonna have a snack, and then I'll change my clothes and get into my bed clothes. I'm gonna go and get rid of that so Mr. Grizz doesn't find us, because that's where we're sleeping for tonight. I'm not gonna put my tent out. It's too nice out. It's cooled right off though. It's only 9.3 degrees Celsius. 9.1 now. I've had this thing since the old Scamper days when Chevelle and I lived out in the bush for 4 years there. It has the minimums and the maximums, so it's kind of cool. It tells you how cold it gets down to. Set my little lights up in the trees. Oh, there we go. Just a beauty spot here. Nobody camps out here. This is just rugged old bush. Oh, what was that? See that branch move? Oh, that's because I threw that tree over there. Yeah, so I just trimmed the trees up, trimmed the branches up. And I just put them on the trail. They're just little ones. They just get beat into the trail. There's no stick stabbers out of these. Got another little light over here. Oh, it works. Yeah, the creek's right here. Look at this. Can't beat that, eh? Right on the bend of the river here. That's this little creek. So we'll have breakfast tomorrow. We'll have some pierogies and eggs. And some bread, some toast. Maybe some oatmeal. Yeah, I'm probably going to spend a few days out here. I think eventually it's going to rain, but I'm okay with that. As long as it doesn't rain tonight. You should see, I wish you could see what I see right when I shut all these lights off. And I just look straight up. You just see the silhouette, or not silhouette, you see the tips of the trees and yeah, I guess like the silhouette. And then you can just see all the stars in behind it. There's just stars everywhere. We're definitely high up in the hills there. I showed you earlier on where we were going. We're up there now. I don't have my bear spray. All I have is my little 22, my knife. So I don't want to go roaming around too much away from my noisy side-by-side. There's more spider webs. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of trail clearing. This little section's getting right grown in. Just an old trail. So cool going through the bush like this. Yeah, it helps when somebody just comes along and trims it up every now and then. This is really fun on the old vintage snowmobiles coming through here. The snow gets real deep. And yeah, you just picture yourself driving an old 1970 Ski Rule RT 500, because that's what I drove through here. I remember climbing the next hill. All these hills, you're basically constantly playing with the carb. So you can just set them on the fly, you know, you can just hit the low jet or the high jet, just like tuning a carburetor on those old sleds. They had the same diaphragm tillets and carbs, you know. So yeah, I'd have my mitten underneath my one knee. So I'd be sitting there, I'd be riding these sleds with one knee there versus just sitting down in the seat. You can't really sit down in this kind of country. You're always bouncing all over. So yeah, I'd have my knee down on my mittens. So I'd have my bare hand out, and then I'd be adjusting it as I'm climbing the hill, and you could hear the engine just start to make more power, and then just hear it in the sweet spot, and then you're good to go again. Then you climb a little higher, and got to lean it out a little bit more, you know. So yeah, this little my little Mac, my ported Mac, starts second pull now. I put the choke on full. I give it about 6 primes, put choke on full, give it 1 pull, and then I put it to half choke, and she fires on the second pull now, every time. Pretty good considering the ring gap on that thing is probably like 40 or 50 thousandths of an inch. It's supposed to be about 4 or 5 thou, I think. So I'm going to put a new ring in that thing. I mean, it runs awesome right now, but I'll still eventually pull it apart and put a new ring in it. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to just have a little snack, and then we're going to hit the hay here. Got my spare tire off my 600 Grizzly. My chair. This is fun. I just wish Chevelle was here, that's all. I am so impressed with this thing. Man, is it working good. It'll be so good when I have the back cage and everything has a home, because now you got to dig everything out kind of to get at it. It'll be good. It'll be set up good. But I mean, you're just not going to get any gnarlier country than what I just came through. Okay, well, actually, maybe. There's one trail over here off Barbecue Point, and that one's probably even worse yet. We'll find out, though, tomorrow or the next day. But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy where these things will go. It's just perfect, you know, because a quad, you can't really pack that much gear with a quad. Yeah, they're still good, though. They're still fun. And, yeah, all the little mods, everything's just working just so awesome. You can see my CVs look good. I think. I'll give it a good once over tomorrow. I'll check it out. Battery's charging good. Everything's just great. I'm going to charge my headlight. I got a little battery bank, I guess you'd call that. Is that right? Just a little thing that I plug my iPhone into or anything I want to charge with the USB port. So yeah, that can charge all night because this headlight there, I've been using it. I can't believe it's lasted this long. I'll leave those ones up over there. And that way if a bear is in the area, he kind of sees my lights. They should stay away. Now if it's a black bear, it's almost worse. Sometimes it draws them in. They just don't seem to care about anything. I got my little foam. I had this in my toy hauler, my camper. So I cut it to size there just before I left. I've always slept on this cot. I've had this thing for, I think since about 2012. I've never slept in this cot, and I've slept in it lots, but never with a foam. Always just like on this. I think once I had a blanket or something to put down. Still see Chevelle's hair in there. But yeah, so it's super comfy now with that foam. It's going to be good. We're going to sleep good tonight. What's the temperature now? Holy smokes, we're down to 8.5 Celsius. Yeah, I could definitely... I don't know if you can see that. I can see my breath, so... It's cooling down. We got lots of gas. I just got a fresh 40-to-1 to mix. This is actually regular fuel. I never like to use regular, but today I was kind of in a hurry. And gas is so darn expensive right now. We got 40-to-1 in there, so that's also like my spare gas for this thing, should I need it. I've only put on 25 kilometers according... Actually, I think it's 22, because my GPS is more accurate, and it says 22. So 22 kilometers, we should be good for... In this thing with a full tank, we should be good for sure for 100 kilometers, and then I still have that left over. But I got lots of bar oil too in here. I got coolant. I've got engine oil. I just went through this whole thing, front and rear diff oils. And I did the engine oil, filter. Air filter was good. Everything was perfect. So I used that Fab 1 air filter spray. That stuff is awesome. Really, really tacky. Yeah, I mean, this is a cheap Chinese side-by-side, but, you know, it just goes to show that with a few mods, you know, it can be somewhat reliable. I just hope, you know, something stupid doesn't break here. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Who does that? Do you guys knock on wood here? Well, let's just do it again. Yeah, all these balsam firs just smell so awesome. So, we're going to hit the hay and... Spooky. Yeah, we're going to hit the hay. And there's my light. Amazon credited me back for this light because only one side of it works now. The red light and all that stuff quit working. That's too bad. Other than that, it's a great light. I'm going to see if I can take it apart and fix it. But they did credit me back, so we're good that way. But yeah, we're going to go to sleep for the 20th time, and we'll catch you in the morning. Nighty night. Sweet dreams.